good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima Mario Brothers music! So as you know, the war between Tiffany Henyard and the City of Dolton and its trustees continues to escalate. And of course, I'm here to cover it. Now, most of the things that we have seen with Tiffany Henyard have come from the side of people who are disgruntled, either ex-employees or people in the city or actual citizens of Dolton who have went to the news and have carried out those complaints. But Tiffany Henyard did something that is very odd for a politician to do. She decided to clap back at those people with her own podcast called Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast. Now stop the show. That podcast on the original page it was put on was somehow removed, but that's a whole nother issue. But in this particular podcast, she took a pretty good shot at the majority of the people that she took umbrage with. One of those people being Dr. Nicole Scott. Now, Dr. Nicole Scott is a PhD who lives somewhere in a Chicago suburb. Maybe she used to live in Dolton, but she doesn't live in Dolton anymore. She bought a building that was dilapidated and is refurbishing that place to pretty much create a food pantry for single parents. But she's been having some issue doing so. And who does she blame? Play that clip!
Here, put that over there.
One person not feeling the love is Nicole Scott.
Are you a victim of the dysfunction in Dolton?
Absolutely, but more so, residents are victims. Would you like some of these?
She runs the Free Indeed Market, a ministry-minded pantry set up like a grocery store. It's meant to give people in need a bit of dignity.
And then we have some onions here, if you need onions.
Scott says she secured funding and architectural plans to redevelop this entire dilapidated shopping center last summer. But the village did nothing with her application for 6 months. She kept a log of her increasingly desperate demands for a response.
What has stopped this?
I don't know. Whenever we go over to the village, we don't get a response.
Of course, she blames Tiffany Henyard. Now, of course, Dr. Nicole Scott's building is still being worked on, being renovated, but she's always saying that whenever she wants to pass inspection, that because Tiffany Henyard doesn't like her or because she's not on the side of Tiffany Henyard, she is holding up the progress, all right? And this has always been the case. However, Tiffany Henyard has decided to publicly attack Dr. Nicole Scott by bringing out some things that she would consider to be facts about the situation. Let's play that clip.
This has to do with you not taking care of your business. You. Starts with you. Can't blame nobody but yourself. I need you to call the company that did your inspection and make it right. Go fix the building. Give them the plans and the things they need. Matter of fact, put that on the screen. This is what y'all didn't see and what the news didn't tell you. Play the tape. So we are in a store within that location, and it's about to show you that the ceiling is leaking. You see that? The ceiling is leaking. Water is coming down on all of their products. All of their inventory is becoming destroyed. As you can see, it's coming all the way through the ceiling. Next video. The ceiling actually collapsed, almost hitting the worker. And in the video, you will see all the wet tiles below. They picked it up, cleaned it up, put it inside a garbage can. But these are the issues that we are having with the location here in Dolton. So people go on the news and tell y'all this stuff. I told you, stop believing the hype. Check your facts for yourself. Because if you check your facts, you'll be like, oh, wow, that's why. That's what happened. But no one wants to tell the truth. But today I'm telling you the truth as it relates to how individuals come into our community and not do their job, but sit here and point the finger about this and that. But really, truth be told, they're not in compliance with the village.
Now, this is all very interesting. Now, you saw the whole part where the roof is bad and all of these things. But stop the show. Guys, Tiffany Henyard had some particular items on the referendum in Thornton Township that she wanted to get approved. One of them was a food pantry for the township. It's interesting because Dr. Nicole Scott is creating a food pantry. She wants to vote on the food pantry. Let's play the clip.
And then at the bottom, we have 3 referendum questions that I am in full support of. One is, should Thornton Township add a second food pantry? Right now, we have 1 food pantry, and it is located off a page in Harvey. Right now, it's normally a line out of this world, and we want to make sure that we can supply people on a different area of the community. So please support that.
That's interesting because Dr. Nicole Scott is trying to create a food pantry, and you won't help her create the food pantry, according to Dr. Nicole Scott. But Tiffany Henyard is saying, hey, listen, this lady is not in compliance. She didn't do these things. She's making it personal, and it's not. But Dr. Nicole Scott had an opportunity to clap back at this at the trustees meeting when she was allowed to speak. She watched this video that we're watching now, and here's her response to the whole situation.
I apologize. One of the residents wanted me to come back up and mention this. On the referendum, you saw that there was a question about having another food pantry in Thornton Township. Why? Why? That is a direct jab at Free Indeed Market that, from what I understand, she was already saying was hers. That's kind of interesting. And if you've seen the video of the water coming into the tenant, 1, because we weren't given the opportunity to repair it, and 2, he's being evicted. And so he's a disgruntled tenant because he doesn't want to pay his rent. So he got to go. So of course she's going to go to him and say, hey, you know, what's the problem? And so thank you.
Here's what I want to say. Of course, I thought that Tiffany Henyard was playing somebody else's clip of a roof that was bad, just lying like she always does. But Dr. Nicole Scott admits that this is her roof and that she needed some time to do it, and she still has those times to do it and get it done. If that's the roof and that's what they found, it does look bad. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that maybe Dr. Nicole Scott should be getting some time and should be getting those things fixed. And maybe she should be getting some permits as she's going through the process. The reality is, Dr. Nicole Scott, you made a mistake when you did this.
Play the video.
Everybody, this is Dr. Scott with American Association of Single Parents, and I just wanted you to know that we are in support of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. She has some amazing initiatives and programs and things trying to do in the Southland for our community. And so us over at American Association of Single Parents, Free Indeed Market, and coming soon, the Ava Center in Dolton, we support the initiatives of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. We're glad to be walking alongside her to see the community change for the better, the better, the better.
That's right. That's Dr. Nicole Scott herself at a certain point, bigging up Tiffany Henyard, supporting her as mayor and township supervisor. Now, let me just say this. We all make mistakes, even me. So this is to not come down on her anyway, because I do believe that what Dr. Nicole Scott is trying to do for the city of Dolton and Thornton Township by bringing this nonprofit there is something that shows she cares about the community. Here's the problem, and I'm going to say this publicly. The same people that she's trying to help is the mayor right now, right? Dr. Nicole Scott largely is trying to help underprivileged single moms. It just so happens that this person, this is not all single moms or all people, but that person happens to be the mayor, when the mayor should not be Tiffany Henyard. What this may indicate was that it probably wasn't a lot of good candidates for mayor in the first place. And maybe, you know, a lot of the ideas that she had, she thought maybe were good, but the reality is that progressives can't run a city, all right? And I do believe that Tiffany Henyard is a progressive or a phony one, just like Brandon Johnson. And, you know, we focus too much on charity work and not skill development and hard work and reinvesting into communities that actually make things work. And I'm sorry, people like Tiffany Henyard are not going to bring that there, okay? My heart goes out to this community. I hope Dr. Nicole Scott does win. But at the end of the day, You need people that have skills in the community. You know, I know the food pantry is something that is needed, but man, you know, hey, listen, if they don't have skills, if there's not investment to that town, what gives? Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junker. Put your fire, you just heard the bell. We're out.